Welcome to Wisdom Audiobooks. Have you ever wondered why your thoughts seem to shape your reality? What if I told you that the way you talk to yourself can completely transform your life? This audiobook will take you on a journey to uncover the power of the law of assumption. By mastering this principle, you'll learn how to align your inner world with the outcomes you desire most. Introduction. The audiobook Law of Assumption. Talk to yourself like this and your reality will change is written and published by Wisdom Audiobooks. I know many of you are here because you're facing challenges, whether it's self-doubt, negative thinking, or feeling stuck in life. Perhaps you've tried various methods to improve your situation but haven't seen the results you hoped for. You're not alone. Many people struggle to break free from limiting beliefs and patterns that hold them back. Let me assure you, I understand how frustrating it can be to feel like no matter what you do, nothing changes. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that your circumstances define you. But here's the truth, you have the power to rewrite your story. The first step is learning how to harness the incredible potential of your mind. In this audiobook, I'm going to guide you through the principles of the law of assumption. You'll discover practical tools and strategies to shift your mindset, reprogram your self-talk, and create the life you've always dreamed of. By the end of this journey, you'll have everything you need to transform your reality, one thought at a time. So, stay with me throughout this audiobook. Listen carefully, take notes if you can, and apply these lessons consistently. Trust me, the rewards will be worth it. Your wisdom journey starts here. Chapter 1. Understanding the Law of Assumption. Before we dive into the practical steps, let's take a moment to truly understand what the law of assumption is and why it holds such transformative power. This principle isn't just another self-help concept, it's a foundational mindset that can reshape how you interact with the world. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clear grasp of what it means to assume, how it differs from other laws of attraction, and why it works so effectively. 1. The core concept of the law of assumption. At its heart, the law of assumption is about adopting a state of being as if your desired outcome has already occurred. It's not about hoping or wishing, it's about believing without a shadow of doubt. As Neville Goddard, one of the pioneers of this philosophy, famously said, "Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and you will experience it." Let me break this down further. When you assume something to be true, your subconscious mind accepts it as reality. From there, your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with this new belief, creating a ripple effect that manifests in your external world. For example, imagine you're preparing for a job interview. Instead of thinking, "I hope I get this job," you assume, "I already have this job." You walk into the interview room with confidence, speak with authority, and carry yourself as someone who belongs in that role. Your energy shifts, and others respond accordingly. This is the essence of the law of assumption. But why does this work? Because our minds are incredibly powerful tools. They don't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined, they simply act on the signals we send them. When you consistently feed your mind positive assumptions, it begins to shape your reality around those beliefs. 2. How the law of assumption differs from the law of attraction. Now, some of you might be familiar with the law of attraction, which teaches that like attracts like. While both principles share similarities, they operate differently. The law of attraction focuses on visualizing what you want and expecting it to come to you. However, the law of assumption takes it a step further. It asks you to live as though your desire is already yours. There's no waiting, no hoping, just pure certainty. To illustrate this difference, think of a magnet. The law of attraction is like holding a magnet out, expecting it to draw metal toward you. But the law of assumption is stepping into the role of the magnet itself. You become the force that pulls everything toward you. In the words of Florence Scovel Shinn, an influential teacher of metaphysical principles, faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. This distinction is crucial because action, or rather, the feeling behind the action, is what accelerates manifestation. When you assume, you embody the energy of your goal, making it easier for the universe to deliver it to you. 3. The science behind positive thinking and belief. You might be wondering, is there any scientific basis for all of this? The answer is yes. neuroscience, and psychology provide compelling evidence that supports the power of assumption and belief. Research shows that when we visualize success or imagine ourselves achieving a goal, our brains activate the same neural pathways as if we were actually experiencing it. In fact, Dr. Joe Dispenza, a renowned neuroscientist and author of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, explains, "Your thoughts create your reality. Every time you think, you're sending instructions to your brain to produce matching chemicals and behaviors. This means that when you assume positivity and success, your brain starts behaving as though these outcomes are inevitable. Over time, this rewires your subconscious mind, influencing your decisions, habits, and ultimately your results." Let me give you a real-life example. Jim Carrey, before he became a household name, would often sit in his car on Mulholland Drive overlooking Los Angeles. He'd write himself checks for $10 million and date it 5 years in the future, affirming, "I am the greatest actor in the world." Years later, he landed roles that earned him exactly that amount. Was it coincidence? Or was it the result of assuming a level of success that felt so real, it propelled him forward? 4. Why the law of assumption works so effectively. The reason the law of assumption is so powerful lies in its ability to bypass doubt and fear. Most people struggle with manifestation because they oscillate between hope and skepticism. One moment they believe, the next, they question whether it's possible. Assumption eliminates this internal conflict. When you fully embrace the belief that your desire is already yours, you stop giving energy to doubts or fears. Instead, you channel all your focus into living from that place of certainty. Take the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Before she became a billionaire entrepreneur, she spent years working odd jobs and facing rejection after rejection. Yet, she never doubted her vision. She assumed success so deeply that she even told friends and family about her plans as if they were already happening. Eventually, her persistence paid off, and she revolutionized the fashion industry. What set Sarah apart wasn't just hard work, it was her unwavering belief in her own success. She lived as though she had already achieved it, and the universe responded accordingly. 5. A practical exercise to start practicing assumption. By now, you're probably eager to try this for yourself. Here's a simple exercise to help you begin practicing the law of assumption. 1. Identify your desire. Choose one specific goal or outcome you want to manifest. Make sure it's something meaningful to you. 2. Feel into it. Close your eyes and vividly imagine what it feels like to already have it. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, touch, and taste in this new reality? 3. Act as if, throughout your day, behave as though your desire has already manifested. Speak confidently, make decisions boldly, and carry yourself with the assurance of someone who knows their dreams are within reach. Remember, consistency is key. The more you practice assumption, the stronger your belief becomes. Chapter 2. The Power of Self-Talk. In this chapter, we'll dive into one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal, self-talk. Your inner dialogue shapes how you perceive yourself and the world around you. It's the lens through which you interpret every experience, and it can either propel you toward success or hold you back. In this chapter, we'll explore why self-talk matters, how negative patterns sabotage your progress, and, most importantly, how to harness its power to transform your reality. 1. Why self-talk matters more than you think. Let's start with a simple truth: you are always talking to yourself. Whether consciously or unconsciously, your mind is constantly narrating your life. That voice in your head determines whether you feel confident or insecure, hopeful or defeated. As motivational speaker Zig Ziglar once said, "Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude." Your self-talk directly influences your attitude, and your attitude dictates your actions. If you're constantly criticizing yourself or doubting your abilities, you'll struggle to move forward. On the other hand, if you cultivate empowering self-talk, you'll unlock untapped potential within yourself. Here's an example. Imagine two people preparing for the same challenging task. One tells themselves, "I'm not good enough, I'll probably fail." The other says, "I've got this. I'm capable, and I'll figure it out as I go." Who do you think performs better? Clearly, the second person has already gained an edge simply by shifting their internal narrative. This is why understanding the impact of self-talk is so critical. It's not just about what you say, it's about how those words shape your emotions, decisions, and ultimately your outcomes. 2. The impact of negative versus positive self-talk. Negative self-talk is like a leaky faucet. It drips doubt, fear, and insecurity into your subconscious until it floods your entire mindset. Phrases like, "I can't do this, I'm not smart enough," or "nothing ever works out for me," create a feedback loop that reinforces feelings of inadequacy. Over time, these thoughts become ingrained beliefs that limit your growth. On the flip side, positive self-talk acts as a catalyst for change. When you affirm your strengths, celebrate small wins, and remind yourself of your capabilities, you build resilience and confidence. Even when faced with setbacks, positive self-talk helps you reframe challenges as opportunities for growth. Consider this analogy. Think of your mind as fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant, whether they're weeds of negativity or flowers of positivity, will grow over time. As American psychologist William James wisely noted, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." So, what kind of garden are you cultivating inside your head? 3. Identifying common patterns of negative self-talk. To transform your self-talk, you first need to recognize destructive patterns. Here are 4 common types of negative self-talk, along with examples. 1. Catastrophizing, assuming the worst-case scenario. Example: "If I mess up this presentation, everyone will think I'm incompetent." 2. Overgeneralization, drawing broad conclusions from isolated incidents. Example: "I failed once, so I'll never succeed." 3. Personalization, blaming yourself for things outside your control. Example: "My friend didn't text me back because I did something wrong." 4. Filtering, focusing only on the negatives while ignoring positives. Example: "Sure, I finished the project on time, but I could have done it faster." These patterns often stem from deep-seated fears or past experiences. But here's the good news: awareness is the first step toward change. Once you identify these habits, you can begin replacing them with healthier alternatives. 4. Building empowering self-talk habits. Now that we've explored the dangers of negative self-talk, let's focus on creating positive habits. Below are 5 strategies to help you rewire your inner dialogue. A. Practice affirmations. Affirmations are short, positive statements designed to counteract limiting beliefs. For example, "I am worthy of love and respect." "Every day, I grow stronger and more confident." "I trust myself to handle whatever comes my way." Repeat these affirmations daily, especially during moments of doubt. Speak them aloud with conviction, as if they're already true. Over time, they'll sink into your subconscious and reshape your mindset. B. Reframe challenges. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones. For instance, instead of thinking, "I don't know how to do this," say, "This is an opportunity to learn something new." Instead of saying, "I'm overwhelmed," try, "I'm stretching my limits, and that means I'm growing." This shift in perspective transforms adversity into fuel for personal development. C. Use present tense language. When crafting affirmations or practicing self-talk, always use present tense. This tricks your brain into believing the statement is already true. For example, instead of saying, "I will be successful," declare, "I am successful." D. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge even the smallest achievements. Did you wake up early today? Celebrate. Finished a tough workout? Celebrate. These tiny victories reinforce positive self-talk and boost motivation. E. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your self-talk. Spend time with supportive people who uplift and encourage you. Listen to podcasts, read books, and consume content that inspires optimism and growth. As author Norman Vincent Peale famously stated, "Change your thoughts, and you change your world." 5. A real-life story of transformation through self-talk. Let me share a powerful story to illustrate the transformative power of self-talk. Meet Jessica, a young woman struggling with social anxiety. She avoided networking events, dreaded public speaking, and constantly told herself, "People won't like me," or "I'll embarrass myself." One day, Jessica decided to take control of her inner dialogue. She began journaling daily, writing affirmations such as, "I am confident and charismatic in social settings. Others appreciate my unique perspective." She also practiced visualization techniques, imagining herself engaging effortlessly in conversations and receiving positive feedback. Slowly but surely, her self-talk shifted. She started attending events, introducing herself to strangers, and speaking up in meetings. Within months, Jessica landed a promotion at work, a role that required extensive communication skills. Her colleagues praised her poise and professionalism, qualities she had doubted she possessed. Looking back, Jessica realized that changing her self-talk was the key to unlocking her potential. Self-talk is the foundation upon which your reality is built. By mastering this skill, you gain the ability to rewrite your story, overcome limitations, and manifest your dreams. Remember, every word you speak to yourself carries weight. Choose them wisely. Chapter 3: Practical Steps to Apply the Law of Assumption. In this chapter, where we'll transition from theory to practice. This is the heart of the audiobook, the part where you'll learn exactly how to apply the law of assumption in your daily life. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clear roadmap to turn your desires into reality. We'll break down the process into 4 actionable steps. 1. Defining your goal with clarity and precision. 2. Assuming that your goal has already been achieved. 3. Taking inspired action as if your desire is already yours. 4. Maintaining unwavering faith and patience throughout the journey. Let's dive in. 1. Step 1. Define your goal with clarity, the power of specificity. The first step in applying the law of assumption is defining your goal with absolute clarity. Vague intentions like, "I want to be happy," or "I want to succeed," are too broad to manifest effectively. Instead, you need to get specific. As Tony Robbins, one of the world's leading life coaches, often emphasizes, clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, the universe conspires to help you achieve it. Here's how to define your goal using the SMART framework. As specific, clearly articulate what you want. For example, instead of saying, "I want more money," specify, "I want to earn an additional $5,000 per month." Measurable. Ensure your goal can be tracked. Numbers provide accountability. Achievable. Aim high, but stay grounded in reality. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to frustration. Are relevant. Align your goal with your values and long-term vision. Does this goal truly matter to you? Time bound. Set a deadline to create urgency. For instance, "I will achieve this within 6 months." Take a moment now to write down your goal using this framework. Be as detailed as possible. The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to assume its reality. 2. Step 2. Assume that your goal has already been achieved. Once you've defined your goal, the next step is to assume that it has already happened. This is the cornerstone of the law of assumption. You must convince your subconscious mind that your desire is no longer a distant dream, it's your current reality. A. Visualization. Seeing is believing. Visualization is one of the most effective tools for assumption. It involves creating a vivid mental image of your desired outcome and immersing yourself in the emotions associated with it. Here's how to practice visualization. 1. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. 2. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. 3. Picture your goal as if it has already manifested. Use all 5 senses to make the experience as real as possible. What do you see? What do you hear? How does it feel physically and emotionally? 4. Stay in this state for several minutes, allowing yourself to fully absorb the sensations of success. For example, if your goal is to buy a new home, visualize walking through the front door of your dream house. Notice the colors, furniture, and layout. Hear the sound of your footsteps echoing through the halls. Feel the warmth of sunlight streaming through the windows. Let the joy and pride wash over you. Neville Goddard, a pioneer of the law of assumption, once said, "The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret to manifestation." This feeling is what bridges the gap between imagination and reality. B. Emotional anchoring, feeling before seeing. Emotions are the fuel that powers your assumptions. When you assume something to be true, you must not only think it, you must feel it. Ask yourself, how would I feel if my goal were already achieved? Would you feel proud? Relieved? Excited? Grateful? Whatever the emotion, amplify it. Allow yourself to bask in it. To deepen this practice, consider keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write about how grateful you are for having already achieved your goal. For instance, I am so grateful for my new business. It feels amazing to wake up every morning knowing I'm doing work I love. I'm thankful for my financial abundance. Every bill I pay reminds me of how blessed I am. By consistently reinforcing these feelings, you train your subconscious mind to accept your goal as truth. 3. Step 3. Take inspired action. Act as if. Assuming your goal isn't enough, you also need to act as if it's already yours. This means aligning your behavior with your desired reality. A. Acting as if, living in alignment. When you act as if your goal has already manifested, you send powerful signals to the universe. These signals attract opportunities, resources, and people who support your vision. Let's say your goal is to become a published author. Instead of waiting for validation, start acting like one today. Write consistently, even if no one is reading yet. Attend writing workshops and network with other authors. Create a professional website showcasing your work. Your actions don't have to be grand, they just need to reflect your belief in your future success. B. Pay attention to synchronicities. As you begin taking inspired action, you may notice synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that guide you toward your goal. These could come in the form of unexpected opportunities, helpful strangers, or sudden insights. For example, Oprah Winfrey, during her early career struggles, often spoke about her dream of hosting her own talk show. She visualized herself succeeding and took bold steps despite uncertainty. Eventually, she landed a job at a local TV station, a seemingly small opportunity that paved the way for her global empire. Synchronicities are signs that you're on the right path. Trust them and follow their lead. 4. Step 4. Maintain unwavering faith and patience, the key to perseverance. Manifestation doesn't always happen overnight. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, or even years to see tangible results. During this period, maintaining faith and patience is crucial. A. Dealing with doubts and setbacks. It's natural to experience moments of doubt along the way. When they arise, remind yourself of why you started. Revisit your visualization exercises and affirmations. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in your vision. Les Brown, a renowned motivational speaker, once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." Focus on progress, not perfection. Even small wins count as evidence that your efforts are paying off. B. Cultivating patience through detachment. One of the biggest challenges in manifestation is attachment to outcomes. When you cling too tightly to your goal, you inadvertently block its arrival. Instead, practice detachment by trusting that the universe will deliver what's best for you, in divine timing. Repeat this affirmation whenever impatience strikes. I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly for my highest good. Patience doesn't mean passivity. It means staying open to possibilities while continuing to take inspired action. 5. A real-life story of assumption in action. To illustrate these principles, let me share the story of James Allen, a man who transformed his life through the law of assumption. James was stuck in a dead-end job, struggling to make ends meet. He dreamed of becoming financially free but couldn't see a way out. One day, he stumbled upon Neville Goddard's teachings and decided to give assumption a try. First, James defined his goal. I will earn $10,000 per month working from home. Next, he began visualizing himself living this reality. He imagined sitting at his desk, managing his online business, and watching money flow into his bank account. To act as if, James rearranged his schedule to mimic the lifestyle of a successful entrepreneur. He woke up early, dressed professionally, and spent hours learning digital marketing skills. Despite initial failures, he remained patient, reminding himself daily that his success was inevitable. Within 2 years, James launched a profitable coaching business. Today, he earns far beyond his original goal and credits his transformation to the power of assumption. 6. Overcoming common challenges and applying the law of assumption. While the law of assumption is a powerful tool, it's not without its challenges. Many people struggle to maintain consistency or face obstacles that test their resolve. In this section, we'll address some common hurdles and provide strategies to overcome them. A. Challenge 1. Lack of consistency. One of the biggest mistakes people make is inconsistency. They might visualize their goal one day but forget about it the next. This sporadic approach weakens the impact of assumption. To combat this, establish a daily routine. Set aside dedicated time each morning or evening for visualization and affirmations. Treat it like brushing your teeth, a non-negotiable habit. For example, Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, attributes much of her success to a nightly ritual. Every evening before bed, she would write down 5 things she was grateful for and visualize herself achieving her goals. This simple practice kept her focused and motivated. B. Challenge 2. Doubting the process. It's easy to question whether the law of assumption actually works, especially when results aren't immediate. During these moments of doubt, remind yourself of the science behind it. Your thoughts shape your reality, and consistent assumption rewires your subconscious mind. As Dr. Bruce Lipton, author of The Biology of Belief, explains, the mind controls biology. Change your beliefs, and you can change your life. When doubt creeps in, revisit your why. Why did you set this goal in the first place? What will achieving it mean for your happiness, freedom, or fulfillment? Reconnecting with your purpose can reignite your belief in the process. C. Challenge 3. External negativity. Sometimes, external factors, like unsupportive friends, family members, or societal expectations, can undermine your efforts. People may dismiss your dreams as unrealistic or discourage you from pursuing them. In such cases, protect your energy by surrounding yourself with positivity. Limit interactions with naysayers and seek out communities that uplift and inspire you. Remember, you don't have to explain your vision to anyone who can't see it. If necessary, politely but firmly communicate your boundaries. For instance, you might say, I appreciate your concern, but I'm committed to this path. I'd love your support moving forward. 7. Fine-tuning your approach for maximum results. Now that we've addressed common challenges, let's explore how to refine your application of the law of assumption. These advanced strategies will help you amplify your results and stay aligned with your goals. A. Amplify your emotional state. Emotions are the language of the universe. The stronger the emotion behind your assumption, the faster your manifestation occurs. To elevate your emotional state, practice gratitude daily. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, creating a fertile ground for manifestation. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's dancing, painting, or spending time in nature. Happy emotions raise your vibrational frequency, making it easier to attract what you desire. B. Use trigger phrases for instant alignment. Trigger phrases are short, powerful statements that instantly shift your mindset into alignment. Examples include, this or something better is already on its way to me. I am divinely guided and supported in all my endeavors. Every day, I move closer to my dreams. Repeat these phrases whenever you feel stuck or overwhelmed. They act as anchors, pulling you back to a state of certainty and faith. C. Leverage the power of journaling. Journaling is an excellent way to track your progress and deepen your connection to your goals. Each day, write about what you're grateful for, how you're acting as if your goal has already manifested, any synchronicities or signs you've noticed recently. Over time, journaling creates a feedback loop that reinforces your belief in the process. It also serves as a reminder of how far you've come, boosting motivation during challenging times. 8. A real-life story of overcoming obstacles through assumption. Let me share another inspiring story to demonstrate the resilience required to master the law of assumption. Meet Maria, a single mother struggling to provide for her children. Her dream was to own a thriving bakery business, but financial constraints made it seem impossible. Maria decided to apply the principles of assumption despite her circumstances. She began visualizing herself running a successful bakery every night before bed. She imagined the smell of freshly baked goods, the sound of satisfied customers, and the pride of seeing her name above the shop door. To act as if, Maria started baking cakes and cookies at home, even though she didn't yet have a storefront. She sold them to neighbors and friends, slowly building a reputation. Whenever self-doubt surfaced, she reminded herself, "I am worthy of success, and my hard work will pay off." After 2 years of persistence, Maria secured a small loan to open her bakery. Today, her business thrives, and she credits her success to unwavering faith and consistent action. Maria's story teaches us that obstacles are merely stepping stones on the path to greatness. With determination and belief, anything is possible. Chapter 4: Overcoming Common Challenges. In this chapter, where we'll address the inevitable challenges you may encounter on your journey with the law of assumption. While the principles are straightforward, applying them consistently can be difficult. Doubts, setbacks, and external negativity often test your resolve. But fear not, this chapter will equip you with practical strategies to overcome these obstacles and stay aligned with your goals. Let's dive in and explore how to navigate these hurdles with resilience and grace. 1. The reality of resistance: why challenges are inevitable. As you embark on your manifestation journey, it's important to acknowledge that resistance is part of the process. Whether it comes from within, self-doubt, or outside criticism, resistance serves a purpose. It tests your commitment and strengthens your faith. Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, once said, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." When challenges arise, view them as opportunities for growth rather than roadblocks. They're not signs that the law of assumption isn't working. They're reminders to deepen your belief and refine your approach. Below, we'll break down the most common challenges people face and provide actionable solutions to overcome them. 2. Challenge 1: Self-doubt and imposter syndrome. What it looks like. Self-doubt whispers insidious thoughts like, "Who am I to achieve this? I'm not smart/talented/lucky enough. What if I fail and embarrass myself?" Imposter syndrome amplifies these doubts, making you feel undeserving of success, even when you've worked hard for it. How to overcome it. 1. Acknowledge your worthiness. Remind yourself that everyone has unique gifts to share. You don't need permission to pursue your dreams. Repeat affirmations like, "I am worthy of abundance and success. My contributions matter, and I make a difference." 2. Celebrate small wins. Focus on progress, not perfection. Did you take one step toward your goal today? Celebrate it. Each win builds confidence and silences self-doubt. 3. Surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Avoid those who fuel negativity or diminish your aspirations. 4. Learn from role models. Study individuals who overcame similar struggles. For example, J.K. Rowling faced countless rejections before publishing Harry Potter. Her persistence proves that doubt doesn't define destiny. 3. Challenge 2: Lack of immediate results. What it looks like. You've been practicing assumption diligently, but nothing seems to change. Frustration sets in, and you start questioning whether the process works. Why it happens? Manifestation isn't linear. Sometimes delays occur because you haven't fully aligned your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goal. External circumstances need time to shift into place. The universe is preparing something even better than what you envisioned. How to overcome it. 1. Trust divine timing. Understand that everything unfolds according to a higher plan. As Rumi wisely stated, "Be patient. God writes straight with crooked lines. 2. Revisit your visualization practice. Ensure you're vividly imagining your desired outcome and feeling its reality. If necessary, adjust your mental images to reflect greater clarity and emotion. 3. Take action without attachment. Continue taking inspired action while detaching from specific outcomes. Let go of the how, and trust that the universe knows best. 4. Look for subtle signs. Manifestation often begins with small synchronicities. A chance meeting, an unexpected opportunity, or a sudden insight could signal progress. Stay alert and open to possibilities. 4. Challenge 3. External negativity and skepticism. What it looks like. Friends, family members, or colleagues dismiss your efforts as unrealistic or impractical. Their skepticism shakes your confidence and makes you question your path. Why it happens? People often project their own fears and limitations onto others. If they haven't experienced the power of assumption themselves, they may struggle to understand it. How to overcome it? 1. Set boundaries. Politely but firmly communicate your boundaries. For example, I appreciate your perspective, but I'm committed to exploring this path. I'd love your support moving forward. 2. Limit exposure to naysayers. Distance yourself from individuals who drain your energy or undermine your efforts. Surround yourself with supportive communities instead. 3. Stay rooted in your vision. Regularly revisit your why. Why did you choose this goal? What does achieving it mean for your life? Keeping your purpose top of mind strengthens your resolve. 4. Find like-minded people. Seek out groups or forums where others are practicing the law of assumption. Sharing experiences with like-minded individuals fosters encouragement and accountability. 5. Challenge 4. Fear of success. What it looks like. Paradoxically, some people sabotage their progress because deep down, they fear what success might bring. Concerns include increased responsibility, loss of privacy or freedom, jealousy from others. Why it happens? Fear of success stems from limiting beliefs about unworthiness or inadequacy. It's a subconscious mechanism designed to keep you safe by preventing change. How to overcome it? 1. Identify underlying beliefs. Journal about your fears surrounding success. Are they based on past experiences? Societal conditioning? Once identified, challenge these beliefs. 2. Rewrite your narrative. Replace fear-based thoughts with empowering ones. For example, success gives me more opportunities to help others. I deserve to live a fulfilling and abundant life. 3. Visualize positive outcomes. Imagine how success will enhance your life. Picture yourself thriving in your new reality without any negative consequences. 4. Seek support. If fear feels overwhelming, consider working with a coach or therapist to unpack and release it. 6. A real-life story of triumph over challenges. To illustrate the power of perseverance, let me share the story of Thomas Edison, a man whose failures became legendary stepping stones to success. Edison famously attempted thousands of experiments before inventing the light bulb. Critics ridiculed him, calling his efforts futile. Yet he remained undeterred, famously stating, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's story teaches us that setbacks aren't failures, they're lessons. His unwavering belief in his vision ultimately changed the world. Similarly, your journey with the law of assumption may involve trial and error. Embrace each challenge as a chance to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Chapter 5. Real-Life Success Stories. Welcome to the final chapter of this audiobook, where we'll explore inspiring real-life success stories of individuals who have harnessed the law of assumption to achieve extraordinary results. These stories will not only motivate you but also reinforce the principles we've discussed throughout this journey. As you listen to these examples, remember that their transformations began with a single decision: to believe in themselves and their ability to shape reality. Let their journeys inspire you to take bold steps toward your own dreams. 1. Story 1. Oprah Winfrey, From Poverty to Global Icon. Few stories embody the power of assumption as profoundly as Oprah Winfrey's rise from humble beginnings to becoming one of the most influential figures in the world. Growing up in poverty and facing countless adversities, Oprah could have easily succumbed to despair. But instead, she chose to assume a life of abundance and purpose. From a young age, Oprah visualized herself speaking on television and touching millions of lives. She didn't know how it would happen, she simply believed it was possible. Even when she faced rejection or criticism, she held on to her vision with unwavering faith. In her words, "The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change their future by merely changing their attitude." Oprah's story teaches us that no matter where you start, your mindset determines your trajectory. By assuming success despite her circumstances, she attracted opportunities that aligned with her aspirations. Today, her media empire and philanthropic efforts continue to impact millions worldwide. Story 2. Jim Carrey, The Power of Visualization. Before he became a household name, Jim Carrey was an aspiring actor struggling to make ends meet. During his early years, he often parked his car on Mulholland Drive overlooking Los Angeles and practiced visualization exercises. He imagined himself receiving standing ovations, signing lucrative contracts, and achieving fame. One pivotal moment came when he wrote himself a check for $10 million dated 5 years in the future, inscribing it with the words, "For acting services rendered." At the time, this act might have seemed audacious, even delusional. But Jim fully assumed the feeling of already being successful. He acted as if his breakthrough was inevitable, taking bold risks and persisting through rejection after rejection. 5 years later, Jim landed roles in blockbuster films like Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura, earning exactly $10 million per movie, the amount he had written on his check. Jim's story illustrates the transformative power of visualization and assumption. By vividly imagining his desired outcome and maintaining certainty, he manifested his wildest dreams into reality. Story 3. Sarah Blakely, Turning Doubt into Fortune. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, started her journey with just $5,000 in savings and no formal business training. Her idea for footless pantyhose initially met skepticism from industry experts and manufacturers alike. Yet, Sarah refused to let doubt derail her vision. Every night before bed, she visualized herself succeeding. She pictured her product flying off shelves, celebrities wearing Spanx, and women everywhere embracing her innovation. Despite countless rejections, she maintained unshakable belief in her mission. When Oprah named Spanx one of her favorite things, the brand skyrocketed to global recognition. Today, Sarah is a self-made billionaire, proving that persistence combined with assumption can overcome any obstacle. Her advice? Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. You've got to embrace discomfort if you want to push boundaries. Sarah's story reminds us that challenges are temporary, but belief is eternal. These stories share a common thread. Each individual assumed their success long before it materialized. They didn't wait for external validation, they created it within themselves. Oprah rewrote her narrative from scarcity to abundance. Jim Carrey dared to dream beyond his circumstances. Sarah Blakely turned doubt into determination. Their journeys demonstrate that the law of assumption isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to embrace its principles. As you reflect on these examples, ask yourself, what assumptions am I making about my potential? Am I ready to rewrite my story? Remember, your thoughts shape your reality. By consistently practicing assumption, visualization, and inspired action, you too can manifest the life you desire. Conclusion: your journey to wisdom and transformation. As we bring this audiobook to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the key lessons that will empower you to transform your reality. The power of assumption. By assuming your desired outcome as already true, you align your subconscious mind with your goals, creating a ripple effect that manifests in your external world. The importance of self-talk. Your inner dialogue shapes your beliefs, emotions, and actions. Cultivating positive self-talk is essential for rewiring your mindset and achieving success. Practical steps for manifestation. Define your goal clearly, assume its reality through visualization and emotional alignment, take inspired action, and maintain unwavering faith and patience. Overcoming challenges, doubts, delays, and negativity are part of the journey. Stay resilient, trust the process, and remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Inspiration from real-life stories. The journeys of Oprah Winfrey, Jim Carrey, and Sarah Blakely remind us that assumption, persistence, and belief can turn even the wildest dreams into reality. These principles aren't just theories. They're tools you can apply daily to create lasting change. Now that you've gained these insights, it's time to put them into practice. Remember, knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It won't get you anywhere. Here's what I want you to do. 1. Start small but consistent. Begin by visualizing one specific goal each day. Feel the emotions of having already achieved it, and act as if it's yours. 2. Build momentum. Celebrate small wins along the way. Each step forward reinforces your belief in the process. 3. Stay patient. Trust that your efforts are planting seeds that will bloom in divine timing. Don't give up when results aren't immediate. Keep going. As motivational speaker Les Brown once said, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." Your determination and consistency will determine your success. Keep showing up for yourself, and watch as your reality transforms. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey through Law of Assumption. Talk to yourself like this, and your reality will change. I'm honored to have shared this wisdom with you, and I truly believe that the principles in this audiobook can help you unlock your full potential. If you found value in this content, I'd love for you to support the channel. Like this video to help others discover it. Share it with friends or family who could benefit from these teachings. Subscribe to Wisdom Audiobooks for more inspiring content designed to elevate your mind and spirit. Your support means the world to me, and together, we can continue spreading wisdom and empowerment to people around the globe. You now hold the keys to transforming your life, one thought, one assumption, one action at a time. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and never stop striving for the extraordinary. Remember, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Go out there and create the reality you deserve. Until next time, stay wise, stay inspired, and keep manifesting your dreams.